Welcome to the Drive Home Show. That was doing the most. That was doing the most on Rudolph. Yeah. Jazzing up version. Look at all these cars. All these cars here with their windshield wipers sticking out because they thought it's going to be icy. It's going to be icy and frozen. And my windshield is going to be all icy. And so I don't want the windshield wipers to freeze to the windshield. But it's not. It's not even snowing, okay? My car thermometer says 30 degrees. But it's windy, folks. It's windy out there. 4:14 on the car clock. We're on the Drive Home Show on Monday, December 1/1. Oh, it's... That's what it is. It is, a wee little bit chilly here. We are back in action. The 694 freeway is back open. We don't have to go like crazy out of the way detour. I'm still a little bit cold. I'm waiting for the car to warm up. The seat warmer to start kicking in. The heat and the defroster. What do you call that? Wait for the defroster heater stuff to start getting hot. It was a rather dreary day. Not a whole lot happened today. Well, yeah, actually did a whole lot happen today, but I don't talk about work stuff. It snowed overnight, like 1 to 2 inches of snow, and then when I drove into work this morning, it was rain snowing like one third of the precipitations were raindrops, and 2/3 of the precipitations was snowflakes. I don't know how that works, but that's what it was. But I drove into work because it's Worldwide Flow Day, and that's all I'm going to say about that. It is Worldwide Flow Day. I am waiting to turn right onto Tamarack Road. There's cars on the opposite side. I could do the right of way. But now I turned. What's going on today? Well, yesterday, Vikings lost. Let me tell you about the game, because you might be listening to this in 2097, and you might not have any clue what's going on in 2017. I'm just saying, it's possible. It is possible with technology these days. There's no tapes. There's no cassette tapes to get tangled and wear out and break and stuff like that. I'm merging on to 494, which shall soon become 694 as soon as we cross 94, and that's a lot of 9s and 4s. And 1/6. All right, nice clean merge. Now we're back. Vikings, I don't know if you know this or not, but they were 10-2 going into yesterday's game. They had won 8 straight, and they have done it with Case Keenum. Wait, how did they win 8 straight when they lost the second game of the year? Did they lose 2 in a row then? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Or did they win? They beat the Saints, and then they lost to the Steelers, and then they beat somebody, and then they lost to the Lions? Is that what you're telling me? And then they won 8 straight? That would make sense. Well, they played the Carolina Panthers yesterday, and Carolina scored touchdowns on their first 2 positions, and the Vikings scored on their second position. Maybe it was like 14-7, and then the Vikings gets a field goal, and it's 14-10, and that's when I got home and started watching the game. But I just felt like the Vikings were out of sync. They were dropping passes. I don't know. They just didn't look like the regular Vikings. Is this here? This is here where the... Yeah, right here. Right here is where the sinkhole was, or the water main break. They covered it up pretty well. You can't even tell where it was. I just passed it. Now the seat is warming up. My feet are still a little cold. So pick it up at 14:10. Vikings are it's getting close to halftime. Vikings are driving down the field, and they get it within, like the 3-yard line or something like that. And their time is running out, but they have 3 timeouts or something. They throw the ball. Should be a touchdown. It was a pass to that number 19 Adam Thielen guy. It's right in his hands, and he drops it. Then they throw, I forgot what they did the second time, but they didn't score. And then they throw to Adam Thielen again in the back of the end zone. He comes up with the ball. His feet are in bounds. Touchdown, Vikings. Vikings, touchdown. Then they review it. And after he caught the ball, had both feet down, his knee went down, his elbow went down. Then he rolled out of bounds, and the ball jostled ever so slightly. And they said, nope, it's not a touchdown. It's not a touchdown. He didn't control the ball. And so they had to kick a field goal. So instead of being 17-14 Vikings, it was 14-13 Panthers. But actually that didn't even affect the outcome of the game. Possibly it could have, because the Vikings tried a field goal, a 53-yarder or something like that, and it was just tanked. I don't think it was blocked. He just made a horrible kick. But if he makes that kick and the Vikings get that touchdown, then you're looking at an extra 7 points right there. So I don't even know what the final score was. I think we lost by 7. We tied it at 24-24. It was 24-13 late in the fourth quarter. And the Vikings tied it. I was like, okay, yeah, we're not playing very well. We're just, this was not our day. Just have to, regroup and come back next week and win. But Vikings tied it. They got a touchdown to Adam Thielen, 50-some yards. He caught it. It was just a little short slant pass. And he just makes it all the way into the end zone for the score. And then Newton throws an interception deep in their own territory, and Sendejo grabs it and runs it down to the 6. And just like something that happened last year, was it last year or 2 years ago, when Sendejo intercepted a pass and he didn't score? And I was like, I think it was against Philadelphia. Yeah, the game last year against Philadelphia, or it was 2 years ago. I don't remember. But it was like, he had to score. He should have scored, but he didn't. And the Vikings never did get into end zone for a touchdown. They traded interceptions back and forth and blah, 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 blah. But this time, he should have scored, but he got down at the 6. They could not get in the end zone for a touchdown. They kicked the field goal to tie it, 24-24. Then the Carolina Panthers we had them third down. And, I don't know if it was third down, but Newton runs like 70 yards downfield, and they tackle him at the 6. They end up scoring a touchdown, and then we don't answer or whatever. So it was a valiant effort just to even come back and tie it. It shows that they got a lot of fight. It would have been nice if we could have pulled out the win. If we could have snuck out of there, stealing a win off of them, stealing a win out from under them. Stealing a win like without them looking, like a kid steals a cookie out of the cookie jar, and they're like standing on a bar stool up on the counter, reaching into the cookie jar up in the cupboard, and then the parent walks in and they go like, "What are you doing?" And then they go like, "I got a cookie for you." And then the parent says, "I don't want a cookie. Can I have it then?" That's how they could have stolen a win out from under them. But they didn't. Now I am concerned, albeit not that concerned. They only have 10 wins. They're 10-3 right now. They have to play Cincinnati, which should be an easy win, at home. Then they have to play Green Bay with possibly Aaron Rodgers back. And they have to play Chicago. I don't know if it's at home or there, but It's not out of the question they could finish 10-6, which would really, really be upsetting. But let's hope they don't. Let's hope they win all three, the rest of their games, and get home field advantage. Philadelphia, who was the other 10-2 team yesterday, they could have possibly lost Carson Wentz for the rest of the season. He could have a torn ACL. Don't wish that on him, but if it helps the Vikings, I'm for it. So I want the Vikings to make it to the Super Bowl. That's all I want. The Super Bowl is in Minneapolis this year. It'd be the first time ever for a team to play the Super Bowl in their own home stadium. If that happens, that would be great. If you could just go ahead and move your stuff down to the basement, that would be great. So we are moving along quite quickly. It's 4:27 on the car clock. I'm already 694 and 35E. I would not even be on the freeway yet if this were last week. There was no drive home show on Friday. You might have recognized that, noticed that. That's because I didn't drive to work, so there's no driving home. So when there's no drive home, there's no drive home show. That's the golden rule. It's kind of overcast. It's kind of cloudy. It's getting dark out. It'd be nice to go for a jog. It's going to be dark when I get home. I could go for a night jog, or I don't know. I have this new app. I don't even know the name of the app. But I can tell you right now, every time I go to this app, they try to get you to upgrade to the premium version, which that's a total turnoff for me, and it's making me not enjoy this app. But it tells you like some exercises to do. 7 minutes, 7 exercises. Yesterday there was like jumping jacks, cross jacks, crunches, mountain climbers. There was one that was a mountain climbers. There was I just can't seem to remember, but things like that. I didn't do them nonstop. I didn't do them all at once. I just did them kind of with all my clothes, my regular jeans on, and I started breathing hard. I didn't really get fully into it. There's a car with a Christmas tree on top of them. You know what I'm trying to say. They're taking their Christmas tree home now. On my walk with Tori at night. Did I finish what I was talking about? Oh, the exercise app. So yeah, that's kind of the substitute for jogging or running. I'm trying to stay in shape. Trying to keep losing weight. Now we're just passing Rice Street, man. We're just flying home. It's 4:30. And I actually didn't get out of there right away at the workplace. So yeah, this is going to be a short drive home show. We got to hit the grocery store for chicken. Monday night is Cub Foods chicken night. And today we're going to go with the rice-a-roni rice and broccoli. I probably should grab something for tomorrow as well. Okay, what else? What was I starting to talk about? Oh, the walk with Tori at night. We walk on the little streets and we count the houses that have Christmas lights. You know how you do it here, but I don't do the count from Sesame Street. One Christmas lighthouses. Two Christmas lighthouses. I don't do that. I just count them. And as I said on a previous show, like sometimes the people in the house don't have theirs lit up, but I know that I know that their lights there. They're just not plugged in or lit up that day. 3 minutes to 35W. Good. That means no slowdown. So I started counting them whether the lights were on or off, and I ended up getting up to 30 houses with Christmas lights. But then I was like, that's not fair because some people don't have them turned on. That shouldn't really count. So I changed it to a one-loss record. So yesterday I walked Tori, and the one-loss record was 25 and 5. So 5 people didn't have their Christmas lighthouses lit up. My goal is to get all 30 lit or 30 lit up. I want people to start adding light displays now. I'm afraid we're like 2 weeks away from Christmas now. So I'm afraid people are not going to add lights this close to Christmas. But that one car we just passed had the Christmas tree on the top. So people are still decorating. There are people out there still decorating. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, there's a car. Oh, man, I can turn my heat down because I'm quite warm now. It's 29 degrees on the thermometer, 4:33 on the car clock, and we are hitting. We're hitting the stretch between Snelling and 35W. That stretch, that 2-lane stretch, it's slowing down a little bit, but not. I mean, I'm still going 60. So we're just flying through here. I just hope that the stretch. Can you hear that squeak? That's my shoe on the floor mat. Anyway, I hope the stretch to University Avenue is not very slow. I'd like to cruise through here to hit the grocery store. I thought there was something else I was gonna. Oh, we started watching Game 7 of the World Series between the Minnesota Twins and the Atlantic Braves. It's scoreless, of course. I think we got through 6 innings, no score. A couple things of note. The Braves got runners on first and third. I don't know which inning it was, but they got runners on first and third with 1 out. And then Pendleton, the Pendleton maker, was up. Pendorama, the Pendinator, the Pendleton maker. He popped up to shortstop. Gagne went back and fielded it to make the second out, and then whoever was up next got out. So that was the closest scoring opportunity for the Braves. I know there's one more coming. I know they have the bases loaded with the famous Sid Bream hitting the double play, the grounder back to Herbeck, who throws home for 1, back to first, double play. I know that's coming. That's memorable. I remember that. I remember sitting at 1220. What was our address? 1221 Rose Vista Court, Apartment 6. In my living room, sitting on a metal folding chair in front of a 12-inch color TV, watching that game like on a little tiny box. I was glued to the set. Now today with the ginormous TVs, like we've got a 55-inch TV now, but you don't see that much more because it's like everything is HD now, so they make the picture like really small, so then they show you like wide angle, like instead of back then in the day, they zoomed in right on the pitcher and the batter and you didn't see nothing off to the sides. Well, now they have this wide angle shot, so you see the pitcher and the batter, but they're smaller, and then you see everything off to the sides, but that's not relevant to the game, really. So you don't see that much better. It's HD, but I mean, you need a huge TV just to see what you used to be able to see. So we're passing Central now. This is like record time. I don't think I was even getting on 36 at this time last week. It's 4:37 on the car clock. It's 28 degrees. We're slowing down a little bit. We just passed Central. The next exit is University. So it's really 4:31 in real time. And I don't remember being this far at 4:30 anytime in recent drives. So we'll know like the actual time of this drive home show when we get to the grocery store and we stop. Then I'll see like last week some of the drive home shows were an hour and 12 minutes. This time it's going to be like 30 minutes. We'll see when we get there. But yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm not even complaining. So, I'm gonna try to find a way to get into this lane to get off the freeway because there's like a van down by the river. No, it's an SUV, a SUV, the Escalade, a SUV. Why don't we call them SUVs? Why do we say SUVs? I think SUV is quicker. SUV is 3 syllables. SUV is 1 syllable. I'm gonna start saying SUV and see if that'll catch on. See if I can catch that on and everybody starts saying SUV instead. So all you listeners out there, when you see an SUV, don't call it an SUV, call it a SUV. Years and years and years ago, I tried to start the word crisp as a new cool word. Like back, when you used to say, "Oh, that's bad." That was like the 80s. "Oh, that shirt is bad." Or, "Have you heard this new album? It's bad." Excuse me, I burped. Then they changed it to, "That's fresh. That's fresh. That's dope. That's tight." Tight lasted a long while. I think tight is still even applicable today. You can still say tight today. But I was trying to get crisp. Ooh, that's crisp. And I tried to catch it on, and it didn't catch on. Some people still say crisp, like in certain situations and circumstances, like when you're talking about music and everything is like right on point, they'll say, "Ooh, that's crisp." But I wanted it to be like when somebody says, "Ooh, that's tight," then I wanted it to be, "Ooh, that's crisp." Like I was trying to make people do it, but I don't have the influence that Roman Atwood does. But if I did, I bet you I could get everybody to start saying crisp. I bet you I could. So what was the new word SUV. We're gonna say SUV instead of SUV. There's a SUV. It's a mid-size SUV. There's a VAN. Wayne Newton. Is this a guy or a girl? I spoiled it. I bet you if you didn't know who that was, you would swear that was a woman. Nope, that's Wayne Newton. So Olivia Newton-John's half-brother from the Newton side. I remember telling my sister that Olivia Newton-John, she was born Olivia Newton, and then she married somebody named John with the last name John, so she hyphenated it and became Olivia Newton-John. But that's not even true. That's a falsehood. I didn't know it at the time, but it was a falsehood. Her family name is -Newton-John. I am parking right here because I don't want to park next to. All right, let's see what time we are in this drive home show. It's like one of the shortest. 29 minutes, 30 minutes. It just turned 30 minutes right now. That is one of the shortest drive home shows ever. Thanks for listening. We're going in to get the chicken, fried chicken, and hopefully they have some strawberry donut holes. Or cherry. I like cherry too. So thanks for listening. Keep your feet in the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. Everything I do. The drive home show.